A day early there with the splash text, but I appreciate the sentiment either way. Hello, welcome back. Um, today's special for me because it's Christmas Eve, and I'm recording instead of doing anything else. Just kidding. I'm gonna be doing stuff later. Um, but for now, I'm recording because I have the free time. It's 1:20 p.m. What else am I supposed to do at 1:20 p.m. other than beat the fuck out of cows, apparently. Um, Anyway, last episode I went to the Nether. I got a bunch of glowstone. Then I finished whatever these are called. Now there's a sheep on it. So let's look. How's it looking from this angle? Yes, that's more. That's the size I want it. More so, more or less, I guess would be the correct verbiage. Okay, so now we'll get glass, I guess, right? And then we'll just build. I don't really know what else to do. We're just gonna build and talk. Um, Anyway, I'm gonna go to. Okay, this music's loud. Why does it keep turning itself up to 80? Um, Later today, I'll be going to um, one of my family's things. I do two. I do one on Christmas Eve, and then one on Christmas with different people. Um, we're doing the first one tonight at like 6 p.m. or so. Um, so in what, like 5 hours? Pretty much exactly 5 hours. Um, Oops, wait, I was supposed to leave room for a door, wasn't I? There we go. Um, so that's pretty exciting, I think. I'm pretty excited personally. That's kind of all that matters, right? Um, my favorite part about Christmas, honestly, is like the drive to like the family's houses. Um, and just kind of that atmosphere. I just like those drives. They're very like, I don't know. They make me feel very at peace, I guess you could say. Um, and I'm very excited for today's drives because Grandma's Cottage released his new album. Or he released two albums actually. One's a live album because he did a live show like 2 weeks ago in New York. Um, so one of the albums is a recording of that live show. Um, they're not new songs or anything, so not really like two new albums. But he did drop a new EP, um, which is a very interesting EP. He wrote a bit about it and how it was kind of like a slight departure from his normal sound as Grandma's Cottage, but not too much. He's been kind of having like a different approach to making music, like more thorough compositions or whatever. And what was really the spark of that was working with Young Lean a couple months ago, which is really funny. But I guess Young Lean is truly the visionary for all artists uh, across all genres. I guess is really the main lesson you can learn here. But I'm very excited to give it a go. He said it's a bit more somber and folky and a bit more regular dungeon synth compared to his normal sound. So I'm very excited. Um, I have some other albums, not really off the dome, but I know I have some downloaded that I can go through before I leave. I know like Warm Smile. I remember I talked about Warm Smile a bit. But yeah, very exciting day. And I'll probably go over to someone else's house after, but I don't know. I'll have to ask them. Just because we like to, or last year we did our gift exchange like privately, and so well, not really privately, but it was just like us three instead of like with the whole family, just because I don't know, we're close, and it feels weird giving each other gifts around the whole family. But I should probably ask if we should do that. You know what? I'm gonna ask right now. But no, I'm not. Well, yeah, I am. But I'm gonna pause. Hold on. I don't want to get up. I was thinking about night lights and how like there's so many things like that where it's like I don't think about them, but they're kind of like not like they're not like in the public conscious, but like there's a lot of people out there who think about night lights more than I think about night lights. Like there's people out there with night lights. I don't have night lights. I haven't thought of a night light in probably like a decade, right? But there's people out there who have night lights and they think, they go into their bathroom or whatever and they're like, I'm gonna put on my night light. That's not a thought that I have, but it's a thought that a lot of people have. And it definitely feels like it's like a it's like something it's an experience that a lot of people share, but I don't share it. You know? Doesn't that feel kind of weird? But I feel like nightlights are pretty universal. So usually I can chalk it up to, oh, those people are weird. But no, in this case, I think I'm the weird one for not having a nightlight. No, maybe it actually depends on your demographic. I think among people my age, I think I'm very in the normal for not having a nightlight. I think if I were to go up against people in the geriatric like group, they'd all be laughing at me for not having a nightlight. I'm like, damn, I don't need one. I don't know. But I mean, like my lights are on. I just turn on the lights. I just kind of tank the brightness. And I mean, especially at my house, people be awake until like 5 in the morning. So it's not like, the lights are gonna be on anyway, because people are just kind of doing stuff, right? At night. Um, but maybe it would be kind of nice to have one for my bathroom. My bathroom light's fine. It's like a piss color. Like really warm, but it's like really warm. Not like super warm, but it's warm. It's very warm. It's definitely yellow, and my walls are yellow. So it's a very piss like flavored bathroom. So maybe a nightlight would help with combating that. Maybe I need one for my room too. Thing is, for my room, whenever I'm like, oh, I need like a light, because when I worked, my light in the morning, I didn't turn my light on in my room. I turned on the TV, and that was like the perfect amount of light where like it wasn't too much, but also I could see like my clothes and my shoes and stuff and see the food I was eating and whatever. Um, so the perfect light for that. But the one thing that sucked is that it turned off after 10 minutes. So I'd have to kind of turn it back on, but it worked out, right? But maybe I need a nightlight, but I feel like a nightlight would be too soft. I feel like a nightlight's good for like a bathroom. Maybe though. I don't know. I haven't seen a nightlight. Last time I know like both of my grandparents at like their houses they have nightlights. Yeah, okay. Looking at it from this angle. Yeah, that's gonna look good. Um, both like of my grandparents, they have nightlights, so that's kind of who I associate nightlights with. Um, and when I would occasionally stay over at their house, there would be nightlights. I don't know. Nightlights are kind of cool. Way cooler than the bananas that they have at Aldi, because we always shop at Aldi. But what's unfortunate is that their bananas are really bad. It sucks. But we did, well, I didn't, but so my family went to Trader Joe's um, the other day, and they got the Trader Joe's bananas, and they're so good. I mean, not even that they're like so good, they're just like normal bananas. But like Aldi bananas are so bad. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the Aldi bananas, but they're bad. Like the one thing that they do that's not good. Like their apples, oh, most delicious apples you can fucking eat in the world, and they're cheap. Yes, please. Cheap ass bananas. Yeah, they're ass. They're bad. They're really bad. I've been enjoying those bananas. I should eat an apple today because I didn't eat breakfast because I took a shower this morning. Um, when I woke up, I I initially I didn't wake up at a 40 again today, sadly. But when I woke up, it was really early. It was like 4 in the morning or something. And then I went back to sleep. And when I woke up, it was one of those sleeps the second time I woke up where it was like it was like draining the energy from my body as I was sleeping. Like I woke up, I was sweaty, insanely sweaty everywhere, even though it's Christmas Eve, even though, whatever. I should open my window a little bit just to get the, no, because then my hands will crack sooner. I want the cold air to have the vibe, but it's fine. I kind of want my hands to stay decent. Um, anyway, I woke up like fully sweaty and like my left arm, I was like laying on my left arm and it was in like so much pain. My legs were aching and it went away pretty quickly, but still like I don't like that sleep for some reason it like took all of the energy, all of my HP. It like poisoned me down to half a heart. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't even know. Oh yeah, then I took a shower this morning. But I didn't eat breakfast because I took a shower. Um, and then for lunch, instead I just ate a bagel. It's because, usually for lunch I have like chicken tenders. We're out of chicken tenders. So then the next on the list would be ramen, but I didn't feel like having ramen. I was craving a bagel. So I had a bagel at like 11:30 or something. Um, and if I'm gonna have dinner at like 6:30 to maybe like 6:40, 6:45, right? Then I'm gonna eat something else because that's like 7 hours. So I'll probably eat after I record. I'll probably eat an apple to tide me over till the Christmas Eve supper. Also, this side of the family doesn't cook a lot of like not that they don't cook a lot of food, but they don't cook a lot of very not even nutritional, but like very like substantial. There we go. They don't cook very much substantial food on Christmas. For some reason, every Christmas they do like finger foods, right? So like, oh, I don't really remember what it was last year, but it was like stuff that you eat with your fingers. So it was like little chicken nuggets and olives, right? Um, Pigs in a blanket, I think was one of them. Yeah, yeah, pigs in a blanket, definitely. Point is, it isn't very substantial compared to like a Thanksgiving dinner, right? Um, and it's not like they're incapable of doing something substantial. Like their Thanksgivings are substantial. I don't know, they do something. They do it differently for Christmas just for the fuck of it, I guess. And it's good food. Like I enjoy it, but it's not like it's not like something that I could eat after not eating for 7 hours and survive. Probably. No, I think I'd survive. I think I would just be a bit hungry. Point is, point is, I'm gonna need definitely to go for more sand because we're doing a roof on this. I'm gonna need to go for more sand. But I kind of gotta lock in just a tad here. Oops, because I need to make these for the trees, and it's gonna be annoying. Well, maybe not. Maybe I just go boop 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 boop. Anyway, so yeah, and it is kind of late. I think it's at like 6:30, right? Because I was thinking like, because last year what I did was the have dinner with that family, then went over to the other people's house that I'm more closer to, and like I was looking at like my last FM like history for when I was listening to music on the way home. I don't know why, but I was looking at that like the other week. And I was driving home at like midnight, and I'm like, damn, that's late as fuck. But like, I mean, it makes sense if we're eating dinner and shit at 6:30. But it's especially surprising for them because they don't really stay up late because they have jobs that start at like 5 in the well, they don't start at 5 in the morning. They get up at like 5 in the morning. But I think about it, I think one of them fell asleep. Then the other was awake with me probably for like an hour. I don't remember what we were talking about though. I do remember one time when I was staying over there late. Um, they both fell asleep on the couch, and I had to like wake them up to say bye. That was pretty funny. So yesterday we were finishing up like all the last minute, not really last minute, but last day before Christmas Eve, like um gift wrapping and whatever. Um and some of the gifts that we were giving are like, gift cards or just some money, right? Um so someone got these like these little like foldable cute little like cardboard or paper. I guess cardboard, maybe like paper, but I don't know. Like cardboard. Oh, I think it's no, it's paper, but it's not like sheet paper, but it's like that thin paper that you can kind of make like kind of like paper bags, right? Um, no, maybe it was cardboard. I don't know. I think it was cardboard. Um, anyway, they're kind of like foldables, like kind of craftables, right? That you craft and like fold into a house, and then you like tie the top together. Sorry, my voice is a little bit fucked up. Hold on one second. Anyway, and then you don't tie the top first. I ended up doing that a lot, and then I couldn't fit this because then I had to untie it to actually put the gift into the like house. You're supposed to tie it after, but I'm not that intelligent to remember that, and I did it like 3 times. Um, but anyway, you put the item in there, you tie the top, and there's like a little house that they open, and then it has your gift in it, right? Um, you think it's all cute. 'Cause, sometimes you get gifts that are like that. Sometimes I just have them in a card, but sometimes they're like, oh, it's like a little house that you open. I think people have gotten those. I think I'm not like just saying like the most weird shit ever by describing this. I think you understand what I mean. Um, I'm gonna need more chests. I'm gonna need like a fucking chest room for here. Um, let's uh, let's 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 see. I'm gonna make food. Then I'm going to. I feel like I should chop down these trees just to have the logs. I'm gonna need a lot of logs. But really, what I should be doing first is mining sand. Then I can chop down the trees while the sand is smelting, right? That seems smart. Guys, I digged right where the sand is not. Okay, where does the sand? Okay, the sand is not here. But I think the sand will here. Or maybe that'll just be the entrance to my fucking... Well, it's dark. Boop. Okay. Let's try not to... Wow! Let's try not to dig into my cactus farm here. Anyway, you get those, right? You get those for Christmas, and you think like, oh, they're so cute. It must have been so fun to like deal with all this. Not the ones we got. These ones were so fucking impossible. The instructions were insanely unclear. Like, it's actually impressive how they managed to provide such useless instructions. Nah, I mean, I mean, we did it, right? So I guess it wasn't completely useless, but it was still pretty shit. But basically, you had to first like fold the bottom. Think of like a box, right? How it has all those flaps. Like at the bottom, you fold it and then you tape it, right? So for this, it had like 4 flaps. It had 2 on the sides that were identical. Then the 2 like on the front and back were like different. And like in the images, it showed that you're supposed to like you're supposed to just be able to like tuck it into the other one. But doing so it just wouldn't stay right. So we had to tuck it and then tape it. Then also doing so, that made it not even. So then the house like wouldn't sit still, and it was like so wobbly when it was like standing. and very decrepit looking, I guess. Um, but then for like the size of the house, you have to fold in like the corners of them, and then for the top, you had to punch out the holes and then like tie a string through the holes. But then it doesn't show anything about the instructions about the top bits because they're foldable, but it doesn't actually show them being folded in the instructions. But when you don't fold them, like it leaves a lot of room between the sides and the top of the house. But even when you do fold them, it leaves even more room. So why the fuck are why is there like fold lines there? I don't know. We just didn't fold them because it was better than if you did fold them, right? Anyway, it was a pain, but once I got it down, it was mostly smooth sailing, except for all the times that I pulled on the string too tightly while I was tying it, and it broke off like one of the holes because it's cardboard and it's not strong. Other than all of that, it was fine. I had to do like 5 of them. Here, 1 second, I'll be right back. You can tell a lot about a person based on what words they choose whenever they're describing how to spell something to you. So, like for instance, you know, they're trying to get you to spell something that's kind of like complicated, right? And then, you know, whenever they say out the letters, they say like in or F, right? But then, you know, for some of the letters, there, you know, it's easy to mishear them. So there's a lot of instances where someone will be describing how to say something and they'll go, oh, it's O as in orphan or something, right? So like, let's take a word for example. And I think you'll learn a lot about me based on what words come off my dome as like the first word that comes to mind that starts with that letter, right? So let's take the word Abigail, okay? No, let's not do the word Abigail because I was doing one in my head and that's too similar to the one I was doing in my head. It has too many of the same letters. Let's do the word. I just need to do it like a random word generator. That's what I need to do. Hold on. Random word generator. I don't think a lot of people look up random word generator. Randomwordgenerator.com. Okay. Biology. That has too many of the same letters. Recognize. Okay, sure, recognize. So it's like, oh yeah, you recognize it. Oh, okay, how do you spell recognize? Oh yeah, it's R for ranch. See, and that just said something about my character because the reason I said that is because I was thinking of the Scott the Woz bit where he goes, it's E for edible, R for ranch, and ITLFN. It tastes like fucking nickels. You know that bit that I'm talking about? And that came to my mind whenever I heard R because I think R for ranch. Yeah, it's R for ranch, E for edible. C for, I was about to say C like the fucking body of water. C for, I was about to say cunt face from the Nasenbluten song. I gotta choose one that's one word and also not offensive. It's C for calories. Where am I in recognize? It's O for orphan. I don't know why orphan. I guess because when I think O, I think of my name. But then I don't want to say my name. Like that feels kind of like self-centered if I'm talking about like, if I'm trying to describe this. So then I go to the closest thing to my name, which is orphan. Okay, and then it's G for gay baiting. It's G for gallery. I guess you saw my real inner spirit, because the first thing that came to mind was gay baiting. Then it's N for Nifty. I don't think that really tells anything about me. Then it's I for Iceland. And then Z for Zelensky? I can't think of, okay, let's go with the Commonwealth spelling. Then it's S for sandals. See, am I influenced by the fact that I'm mining sand right now? Could be. Could be. What about S for Sesame Street? Am I influenced because I was thinking about Sesame Street not that long ago because they have a lot of episodes of Sesame Street, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of episodes of Sesame Street? Probably. And then we have E for edible. Now, you have E for eldritch horror, an eldritch being. See, and you just learned, I feel like I need to restart the game, this is too much lag. And you just learned like so much about me. Just from that small intermission, right? Wait, 1 second. So now, I want you to go into the comments and tell me how to spell. I want you to tell me how to spell the word. I'm doing the generator. We'll do something that's like a normal size. Okay. Tell me how to spell the word miracle. My voice is dying. Hold on. Tell me how to spell the word miracle, okay? And spell it out like I did. Go like, oh, it's M for money, etc., etc., okay? First word that comes to your mind. You can be a little bit, like, exaggeratory. It doesn't have to be the first word. If you think of something better, that's like the second word that comes to your mind immediately after. You can type it instead. But anyway, I'm going to judge your character based on how you spell miracle. And I'm going to decide whether or not you deserve the right to live based on it as well. Anyway, last night, I decided I wanted to listen to the cassette tape Harmonies 2 by Ludger Andreas, who was a musician in like the NDW. I just realized that came off as me saying indie, like indie rock, and then W. I mean like in as in nickels, and then D as in diaphragm, and then W as in well, and specifically well, the thing that you get water from, and not like the well. I mean NDW. It stands for New Deutsche Welle or something like that. It was like a movement around the time as around the same time as New Wave. That's a good sign to stop digging. It was a movement that ran like parallel, or like roughly parallel in the like 80s to like New Wave and weird experimental post-punk and stuff like that. What was the point of this? Oh yeah, he was an NDW. NDW. He was an NDW musician from the 80s. He was in a couple of bands. He had like a one-man, like minimal post-punk weird thing project. Weird synth project. You know, like one of those DIY tapes. But then under his main name, like his real name, I guess I should say, he had maybe he had like another release, but I know he had at least one cassette tape called Harmonies 2. And it was like ambient, like electronic, kind of like minimalism, like minimalistic compositions. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it, and I really loved the cover. It's like his aesthetic, he kind of had like a moon on all of his album covers, but like kind of an anthro moon with like a face on it. This one, it was the main attraction of the album cover, like it was right there. But then like on one of his other cassettes, it was more like blended in. Like you kind of had to like notice it and be like, oh, that's the moon. I went up to the city at night and we found a place where we grew up. You know what I'm talking about? Moon? Anyone? Um, yeah, listen to that with the lights off. Turn the lights off. Turn the. What song is that? That's not a real song. I just made up that song in my head. No. I'm thinking of when the lights come and I turn to stone. What was that? Did Ryan Higa do a parody of that? Turn the lights on, then I turned them back off. Isn't that the Ryan Higa parody? Or was that a different song that just had like kind of similar lyrics? You know what I'm talking about though? I'm not crazy for this one, I promise. It's a real thing that happened. This is like those clips or those photos of streamers like they have face cam on and they're like hella locked in to Minecraft and then they're just like crafting some incomprehensible like horror. That's kind of what that was, but a little bit more understandable. Anyway, now that I've done that, we are going to meander my way back to the greenhouse. We're going to cut down a bunch of trees. And by the time I'm cutting down trees, that glass will probably have been cooked. So then we'll probably go back and then probably grab the glass and then probably head back to the greenhouse and then probably try and finish it this episode because we have 30 minutes left, right? Think I can finish? Maybe. It'd be a Christmas miracle, as they say. Will I be able to record tomorrow? Yes, I will. I'll be able to record for Christmas tomorrow. Because I'm just thinking, we go to one family's thing at like 9:30, and that's the only thing we really do for Christmas, like on Christmas Day. So I mean, we might do something with like my immediate family. But either way, I'll definitely have 1 hour of free time to record some Minecraft. Or whatever I decide to record that day. Anyway, give me 1 second again. One thing I still I don't know why I prepared so much to say that sentence. One thing I still really want to do is figure out how to scan 12-inch vinyls properly because they don't fit onto my scanner and most people's like regular scanners they don't fit either. So the thing that most people do who scan 12-inch records, which are like normal size records, right? Is that they scan them into like they scan them like 4 times, right? Then they use like software to stitch the image together into like one image, right? And I think Microsoft has a piece of software that does that, right? But I use Linux, and there was one piece of software that I found that could do that. Well, no, there's like multiple, but there was one like used like really good one that was really extensive, but it was like really hard to learn, and I didn't learn it because it was too difficult. So maybe I'll look for more alternatives soon, stuff like that. But I want to figure it out. I'm gonna lock in one of these days and figure it out because I really do want to scan 12-inch records. So I have a lot of records. Thought I heard something. I have a lot of records. I don't really think any of them are like rare. But I still want to scan them. Because, you know, I own like CDs and cassettes and stuff that I've scanned that like don't have scans anywhere else. Or don't have high quality scans anywhere else at least. I don't know, it's hard to find high quality scans. Because, you know, Discogs has like the most extensive scans, but they cap all of their images at 600 by 600, so, you know. But I do my scans in like 600 DPI, and that the scan like by the end of it is like 8,000 maybe pixels for like the whole scanner, right? And then, you know, since whatever I'm scanning doesn't take up the whole scanner, it usually ends up being like, it just depends on the item. But like for instance, the 7-inch vinyl that I scanned yesterday ended up being like 4,000 by 4,000 pixels. There are people talking. Wait, I want to go see what they're talking about. Hold on. I'm too curious. I'm a curious little cat. They lit a candle in the dining room because it smells crazy style like eggs out there because they just made eggs with hot sauce. And it's one of the most potent smells in the world. Maybe I think they're calling it. I think they're calling it the most potent smell in the world. So my scholars are telling me, but it's not. I mean, it's not a bad smell, but it's it's a lot. Okay. Do you think we're actually wait before we head back home? I might as well just like harvest everything, and then bring what I can back home. I need to delay or not delay. I need to kill a bit more time, just so I can give the sand time to smelt. You know what I mean? Plus, I feel like I should be harvesting this. That's kind of like why I made it, right? Wait, let's go ahead and harvest the trees. Because then that'll give the trees time for the saplings to fall, you know what I mean? Oops. I'll probably keep the Christmas tree up in Minecraft until tomorrow. It's not even Christmas for me yet. After all. Not like it really matters. It's not a very substantial tree, all things considered. Sorry for not talking. I'm enjoying the music, honestly. Okay, let's see how these birch trees are doing. Yeah, these don't grow next to each other. It's very odd. But honestly, I'm just gonna keep it like this because I can't be asked. I cannot be asked. Plus, it gives more chance for things to grow, right? Because you have more of something. That makes sense, I think. This music's relaxing the fuck out of me. I can feel my, like, not my blood sugar, my blood pressure lowering in real time. I can feel my blood sugar lowering in real time. That might be an issue. Not blood pressure. Not I can feel my heart rate is what I need a blood. Do they make blood pressure monitors? Surely they don't make blood pressure because you know you can know. I want to get a blood pressure monitor. You know, like those people have like heart rate monitors while they stream or record or whatever. I'm gonna do that, but with my blood pressure. Actually, I'm gonna do that with my blood sugar. Who wants a blood sugar monitor? And then you can all tell me the best ways to get my blood sugar higher or whatever. It's like, oh, your blood sugar is actually really bad for someone of your age. If I got a heart rate monitor though, I think you would be like scared. I feel like my heart rate is very weird. Like I'm not even saying that based off of like facts. I'm just saying that based off like a hunch. Like I just feel like heart rate is it just like it seems like one of those things that would just mine would just be weird, you know? Like maybe I feel like my heart rate would fluctuate a lot. for no reason. And be like, damn, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. You know what I need to do? I need to bring my exercise bike, my really shitty exercise bike, over to my desk and play Minecraft while riding the bike. I actually, I tried doing something similar to that. I tried bringing the bike over to my desk and playing, like grinding Final Fantasy 14 while I was on the bike. But it really did not work well because the bike is way taller than my desk is. Plus it has like the handlebars and stuff in the front, right? Which I guess maybe in hindsight I could have sat on it backwards, like I could have turned it backwards. But anyway, it made it like so hard to reach the keyboard and mouse because I had to like bend over. So that didn't work. So then my next thing that I did was that I like put the keyboard on top of the handlebars. Um, because the handlebars are like connected, right? Like it has like a little screen in the middle, not like a LED screen. Like it's not that fancy. It's really not that fancy at all. But like a just like a just a screen that like displays kind of like a calculator screen type thing. I don't know what that would be called. Maybe that is LED. I don't know. But you know, like how a digital clock, you know, just lights up like the backlight whenever it's trying to display something, and you can like see the lines where it's not lit up. It's like something like it's one of those, right? I think. Um. Anyway, point is, it has one of those like in between the handlebars. And it's not flat. It's very much not flat. Um. It's at a very kind of a weird angle. Um. But I could kind of angle my keyboard on it so it could sit there and it would be very precarious, but it wouldn't fall. Um, and then I just did all the grinding I was doing in Final Fantasy with only keyboard because you can play the game with just a keyboard, right? Like you can move with WASD, you can move the camera with like the arrow keys. And then I bound like some of the confirm buttons. They're kind of like weird buttons by default, so I bound them to better buttons to do quickly because I was just like running around and like chopping wood, right? Um, Either way, it still was not worth all of that setup, so I never did it again. Um, but I feel like if I had an actual good setup where I could easily do that without it being so cumbersome, I feel like I low-key might replace like I would replace that with my own chair. Like what if I just got a normal chair, like what I'm in right now, and then I just got like pedals that I could attach to like my walls, like on the side of me, on the left and right side of me, and then I could just pedal while sitting here. What are we thinking about that? Does this have potential? Okay, this is way too much sugarcane. No, it's not. Never mind. Just enough sugarcane. Hey, you know, all the glass is finished too. So we can get right back to building. Okay, sorry, I wanted to do a spin. Where am I going? I'm going down here. Fuck it. We're dropping. I don't know why I keep doing that. Look, it all worked out though. I feel like you definitely do, like as the armor takes durability, it helps you less. I feel like that's definitely a mechanic, and I feel like I really hate that mechanic. Okay, I do need to be killing all of the chickens that I can find low-key, low-genuinely, low-genuinely, because I need the feathers, but no one's dropping any damn feathers. Okay, well now I have an extra bread. Okay, let's also grab wood. Or logs, I guess. I guess it is just called wood. Wooden planks. More wood. More wood. Let's grab the rest of the glass that I have. And we're gonna build. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna freaking build. I did turn off. I forget I have my ringer off right now. Because I was getting hella annoyed by one of the family group chats. They would not stop fucking yapping in there about like shit that I did not want to listen to. I mean, not like it was bad. It kind of was. Well, not like bad, but like I don't want to listen to it. Wait, I don't actually need this much glass. What am I doing with all this glass? I need to make a roof. Surely I don't need this much roof for a glass. All right, whatever the fuck. I give up on speaking in my whole fucking life. I didn't even bring dirt. What am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? Okay, so we're gonna at least want, I can't even fucking reach it. We're gonna at least, we're going back. This is cool. I need to actually flesh that out and make it look decent. Where is that spider? That scared the fuck out of me. Okay. Interesting. Okay. What we're gonna do is we are going to get some glass and also leave one of my inventory slots empty just because that's the way I like to live my life. I don't know. Where is that spider though? I think I'm fucking haunted. Is it in here? Is it in here? Oh, it's up there. How did it spawn up there, though? He's fucking pissed at me either way. Come over here, then. Damn. How did it spawn up there? Oh, I guess that wood there isn't really... Hello. Interesting. Okay. So, should I build up the pillars first? Well, let's at least do one layer of glass here. Just to have the outline, right? Yeah, I'll just build it with glass for the time being. I'll go back and break the glass. I don't give a shit, to be quite honest. God, building these fucking dome roofs sucks so much for so many reasons. Like one, placing down glass like this sucks. And also designing it sucks even more than the tedium of placing down the glass at like an angle. I wonder, could I walk backwards like this or will I fall? I definitely feel like I'm gonna fall if I walk backwards like that. I can't walk backwards that too much. Oh, how much fell off there? You have to walk a very fine line. Like I can't set my cursor at exactly 90 degrees. Okay, I can make that the whole way without falling. If that lines up the cursor, then it should. Nope, I gotta do like there. Nope. Nope. Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta move over a bit. Then that gets dangerous. Because I'm really close to the edge now. It's also very... Alright, this isn't working. Just unleashed all of my step sound effects there. Okay. But it's so annoying to like tap. Okay, whatever. It works. This should be looking kind of decent now. Yeah. Pretty much an ant farm now though. But I'm gonna need place down these. I think that's what I was gonna say. I don't remember. I feel like this is something I should do soon though, because I don't know how much I'm gonna like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's go ahead and start this just because. God, I wish there was an easier way down than falling or going the long way and still taking fall damage, but taking half a heart instead. Oh, well, full heart total and breaking everything, all of my bones. Oops. And maybe the fastest way would be going. Okay, that still takes. How did that take a full heart? I guess my helmet broke or whatever. So the other way is going down this way. But if I want to fall down here, that's still. I'm still taking a lot of damage. Oops. Like, there's no way I could survive this fall. I feel like I should go back to my base and make armor, but I really, really cannot be asked to do all that. How did that only take half a heart? I feel like the drop into the glass was way further. Or way way shorter. Oh, that's not where my shears was. Where? God damn it. The world if Nash let me stack food. I gotta be careful actually what I say about Nash. I wanna get fucking cursed. What am I doing? No, not 9 each. Oh my god, I can't do math. Is there not a sheep out here? No, it was a wolf. It was a wolf. Woof woof. Okay, wait, give me 1 second though. Sorry to pause mid-song, I realized. Oops. I still listened to it though and it was still fire. Oh, what was I doing here? Alright, I was going back. Okay, let's see how this is looking from up here. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It is very tall. Okay, so we're gonna leave. Is that correct? Yes. Across here. Yes, that's correct. This looks a bit funky to my brain for some reason. So this tree looks really funky. Oh, it's because these aren't the birch leaves. That's why it looks so funky. I figured because they were different. I mean, some of them were decaying there after I started destroying these, so I figured since they were different trees, these wouldn't support the other's growth. Got a sapling out of that? Okay, what do you think? Do you think I can survive this fall? Barely. Worth it though, I saved effort, I guess. Oops. It's very stuttery and scary for that reason. But yeah, look how much damage I take from this. I take a full heart? Really? From that? That's like a 3-block drop. I guess I'm also jumping, but I'm jumping for the other one. Alright. Is that the right spot? Yes, it is. Don't pick up the sapling. I'm gonna be so pissed. Okay, we take those. You know, maybe it would be easier actually to place down the torches if I place them while I'm already making the pillars. I feel like that makes a lot more sense. Why don't I do that? Damn, I might be fucking stupid. Is that even at the right layer? Well, if it's not, I'll fix it later, but... No, I don't think I'll be able to finish this episode. We'll finish it tomorrow, though, for sure. I say that, but you know how that goes usually. Because I also got to put up, all of the pathways, whatever. There's lots of animals scattering in my house. Okay, so we're also gonna go ahead and do this here, so I can fall onto it later. Yes, those are the same level. Good job. I have a kind of very shitty, but kind of still existent sense of proportion and scale and whatever. Yeah, it like saves all the sounds while I'm going up the stairs or down the stairs. Well, I had a string of misfortunes there. One, I got interrupted, so I muted my mic and then paused the recording, and then I unpaused the recording, but I didn't unmute my mic. So for the past like minute, maybe like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you didn't hear anything I was saying. The second misfortune is that I crashed, obviously, again at 57 minutes into the recording, by the way. So I am thinking there's something particularly cursed about 57 maybe. Anyway, yeah, I did I think my microphone was muted after I got interrupted the whole time, but I don't think it was long. So oops. Sound the fucking armor breaking. My character fucking dying and their legs broken. Okay, just one more and then we'll be free, but I do want to maybe not die on the way down. That would be nice. Let me get just a little bit of sustenance, maybe? Okay, that's not quite as much sustenance as I would have liked. Let's go, do I have my bread on me? I do not. Ooh, wait, there's another pig out here, though. Okay. Now, just one more. How do you wander in here? Just one more pillar and I'll finally be free. And then I'm gonna go get prepared for Christmas Eve, probably because it's almost 3 p.m. God damn. Yeah, so I'm gonna have like 3 more hours until I gotta go, roughly. I'm very excited though. It's gonna be a good time. Even if they're the family that I'm not like super, super close with. Well, I guess I'm not super, super close with any of my family. Well, most of my family. But okay, point is, it's Christmas Eve and I'm gonna enjoy it. And then tomorrow's gonna be Christmas. And yeah, so I guess I'll see you, tomorrow for Christmas. For my Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's kind of all. Okay. Um, Damn, that sheep's kind of depressing. Oh, now it's drowning to death. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna finish off the dome, finish the pathways, and then I think the greenhouse will be completely finished. So yeah. See you tomorrow. Merry Christmas Eve. Goodbye.